What was pick?
It's simple.
Yo, so much, so much shit going on. So much shit going on. Damn, that's why I'm not running no motherfucker. That's why I can't apply for no job. I be lying on my resume like shit, boy. Can you run a board up? Yes, clearly not. It's a podcast that I don't do very well. What's up, everybody? It's Adam Most High, the Jerry Lion, Tolo, my tag team partner, CTAK Chitty Bang. What's happening?
What's up, y'all? And we are the Underground and Professional Wrestling Podcast. Now, we're here to talk about the week that was. But before we get into that, please holler at us on RW Podcast One on Twitter. Holler at us on Reasonable Wrestling Podcast, pretty much anywhere. Talking SoundCloud, Apple, anywhere you get your podcast, including Instagram and YouTube here with you guys. So, and you listen to us. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, we're gonna freestyle today. Talk a little bit about wrestling the week that was. I don't really have a jump off point quite yet, but I think the most recent thing we should just tap into is the bloodline and how long this storyline's been going on. And hey, are you still invested in it? I do think a lot of people still are. I'm still invested.
Really?
I do. From what I'm looking online, people are invested. People are like, "Oh, it's good." But I do think that we're at the point where Roman needs some new challengers, that are not blood.
I will say this: the bloodline and its existence is only due because of Jey Uso, right? Jey Uso was the only one available at the time when Roman came back 3 years ago. And I did my due diligence. I watched the WWE playlist before SummerSlam, right? The growth of Jey Uso, the storytelling of the bloodline, and it all started that SmackDown after Roman came after the SummerSlam win, and Jay was like, "Yo, can we trust Paul Lee?" And Roman was like, "Don't worry about it. I got it." You know what I'm saying? So from jump, right? Roman was already planting seeds of, yeah, I'm gonna rein you in. You know what I'm saying? You saying that Roman needs new challengers, that title necessarily don't mean anything without Roman in the bloodline. You feel me? That Universal Championship, once Roman got it, his first defense was against Jay. He ain't wrestled Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Cesaro, Edge, Brian Daniels. He didn't wrestle them niggas until after his nigga got first twice. They did it and then ran it back. So when you saying that he needs new challengers, I would say if we're entrenched in the storyline, then we know that that's the reason why. Going back to the World Heavyweight Championship being created, that's why the Universal Championship was created. Because at the time, the person who was holding that WWE Championship was bigger than the company, which was Brock Lesnar. Right now, this bloodline story usurped the company. Nobody if you're not, listen, Sammy, by the grace of Cody Rhodes' torn pectoral muscle, was only in there as long as he was in there because that story usurps the company. So when it comes to challengers within the company, you got to be a damn good challenger, man. You
Well,
got to
when it
be a
comes,
damn good challenger.
when you speak about storyline, let's talk a little bit about storyline because it's a huge part of why we're here, the bloodline. And I'm not sure if we haven't talked on the podcast since SummerSlam, have we? You know,
Don't think so.
No, okay.
No.
So we talked afterwards, but we didn't.
we had a pot after.
Yeah, we had a pot after, but we didn't talk after that. So we all know how it ended, and I think what the Bloodline angle has done is elevate the Usos to another level, to the point where we are legitimately looking at them as two separate solo acts. Jey Uso has been spectacular this entire time, I think, and stepping up as the baby face that everybody wants to see overcome, the tribal chief. But with Jimmy's betrayal, we talked about Jey and what he does and where this lies. I didn't look at it as Jimmy joining Roman, and this Friday we had it confirmed that it wasn't about Roman. It was about him, having love for his brother and saying if he won and became tribal chief, what was going to happen to the Usos? It's kind of like a "what about me? What about us?" kind of thing. Like what you just said before we got on the pod. But he said everybody can go. So if Jey were to become the tribal chief, kind of leaving. I mean, if Jey were to become the tribal chief, it's kind of like leaving Jimmy in the past, and the Usos, and that's what's been their story since they joined the WWE. They've always been tied together the entire time. So that's the step. That to me, that's the appeal for me right now, is that I get to see brother versus brother. I've always loved the storyline of brother versus brother, whether it's going back to Hardy Boys, Jeff versus Matt, Edge and Christian, to Undertaker, Kane, and then Bret Hart, Owen Hart did the best of all time, brother versus brother storyline, in my opinion. But so it always has that level of intrigue. So this is going to be exciting to see how it plays out.
I think this one has. I talk about usurpness, and I'm sorry. This has the ability to bypass Bret Owen for me. And nostalgic and recency bias aside, right? Because nostalgic reasons, you'll want to be like, nigga, nothing touching Bret Owen. Especially since Owen is gone, you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Owen was great in his character. And, if I had the hoodie, I'll put it on right now. But that's my dude, man. Owen was one of the best wrestlers at the time and ever. Best heels, yes. I'm not a nugget. Yeah. The younger brother who's trying to prove it to his older brother. This one, it's like the twin, and it's like he's actually older by a little bit, who's not trying to be usurped by his younger twin, and it does have some real substance. See where it goes. This past Friday, the confrontation with Roman happened. Roman offered Jimmy, like, hey, whatever you need, I got you, because you helped me retain my championship. He didn't want nothing from him. Jimmy comes out. Jimmy talks and asks why. Like I told you, Jey comes out. Jimmy tells why, and that was because he didn't want him to turn into the tribal chief and be manipulative and all that shit if he becomes a tribal chief. But it's more selfish reasons, in my opinion. He didn't want to be left behind. Jey, finally super kicks everybody in the bloodline, Solo, Roman, and his brother Jimmy. And he says, peace out. He's not just leaving the bloodline. He's not just leaving SmackDown, but he's leaving WWE. And what I said last week with the storyline and where we go from here is that I want to see these brothers face at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And we're like, how are we going to get there? It's been going to take so long. I'm like, listen, you got to tell Jimmy has to go. So he has to go. He has to leave SmackDown. He has to leave the company for a little while, and then they can just stretch this out. And what did I say? Sure enough, what happened was he said, peace out. I'm gone. I'm out of the WWE. Now, fuck all this bullshit with the bloodline. Fuck all you guys. I'm done with this. And he's out. He's gone. He left. So this is how we get that moment at WrestleMania, where it's going to be an emotional match. And if they can do that, then yes, I could see where you're coming from, that this can usurp the Bret Owen storyline for a lot of people.
And also realistically too, right? A lot of people thought that we were going to go to jealousy angle, right? A lot of people thought that we were going to go, well, it should have been me. You. Jimmy and Jey, when you talk about now they're seen as legitimate stars between single stars, That's not really the case, right? Like Jimmy was the Iron Man, wrestling dark matches and everything like that.
Main event Jay.
But he was
but main event Jay is
like you know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy was the Iron Man, Iron Horse, working all these matches, wrestling all these matches. He never got the recognition that Jay necessarily got, and it happened while Jimmy was out nursing injuries. Now, mind you, Jimmy's been out several times, right? Jay, and this happens a lot with tag teams. You don't necessarily get that singles guy over. You keep him on camera, you keep him in front of the crowd, you keep the name of the tag team alive or whatever the case may be. But some bad tag teams just get completely off TV.
Yeah, true. You wait up. Put on the shelf.
I gotta wait till you get your shit together.
Yeah.
Before I can get me. Now we both living on downside.
Yeah, it happened to FTR. You know
what I'm saying?
Put on the shelf.
And don't you think Dash would have liked to have wrestled some singles matches?
I know Scott.
No, nigga, we FTR, just like we the Usos, nigga. It's the two of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come together or none at all. This is very different from the Hardys per se, where they were actually split, but the company always took a liking to the one. There is no company taking a liking to the one. This ain't the jealousy with Bret and Owen. Like, this is a very, very unique brother versus brother dynamic. And when that nigga Jay said, I'm about to throw 37 years down the drain if you don't tell me why, and Jimmy's explanation was like, nigga, you was gonna leave me. And everybody keep like, nigga, what? Like, no, nigga, like, no, legit, like, you don't understand, nigga. We did everything, nigga. Like, we learned how to train together, nigga. We didn't take baths together. We didn't play football together. But Jay then also was like, nigga, you prom king. You most likely to succeed, Jimmy. Nigga, I always been following the shadow of you, dog.
You and now me? The one chance that I get to
now
shine.
The one chance that I'm to succeed. Like, you want to talk about what about me? Are you kidding? Well, we co-prom kings, nigga. Did me and you both fuck your bitch? Nah, you ain't getting down with the get down by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Why I can't be at and realistically, Jimmy not having an identity in this without Jay is a story.
Yeah. I like it.
I never lived this. Nigga, you did something I ain't do. I ain't never did this shit without you, nigga.
Yeah.
I ain't never did this shit without you, dog. And now you talking about being the head of the table, the tribal chief, nigga. Do we do that, nigga? What's happening?
Yeah, man. I'm locked in, bro. Like, I think that's where the intrigue is for me. Keep Roman aside. This is where this angle, bloodline, gets continued and stretched. Now back to the championship belt that you were talking about. Yeah, it means something because of the bloodline, absolutely. But we've had a lot of competitors along the way that we thought could possibly take, whether it be Sammy, whether it be Drew, whether it be other people along the line who were like, yo, he's next up. Even before Big E got the championship, we're like, yo, Big E versus Roman would be a great match. I believe that we got to get back to that. And with Roman so dominant right now, word up. What about me? with Roman so dominant right now, it only takes like this, like he said, new blood needs to be, in charge of SmackDown. Bobby and the Street Profits, man. That new faction coming and emerging slowly in the background of SmackDown is what is really getting me interested and excited to see where Roman, where this eventually kind of comes head to head with Bobby and Roman, because it's inevitable. At some point, we got to get this match. I'm not sure when, I'm not sure how, I'm not sure what, how, where, but it's going to go down. And
my thing is this: we've already talked about how not top heavy SmackDown is, because we also know there's an extension given on this story. Now, Sheamus, again, we talked about this. Sheamus like, hey man, we would like to get some of these stories across. Bro, you don't need that much time. You see what you and Edge did? You don't need fucking a whole show to get
I didn't mind that segment.
I know, but this is what I'm trying to tell Shamey. You don't need that much time.
Yeah, you don't. That was actually enough.
You ain't creating cinema. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You not shooting no motherfucking films here. Now, I ain't telling you what you giving me is fast food either, because what you giving me is very digestible.
Everything Sheamus has done for like the past 2 years since he came back from injury has been fire. Everything.
Nigga.
He's been on a roll.
Bro, and now he want to say he felt like the role that you speak of that he was on, he felt like it was diminished to some sort.
Maybe.
If we're talking about the grand scheme of things, Sheamus, you could have completed your story and won the Intercontinental Championship, the title that has eluded you your whole career, or we can tell a bigger arc and have the guy who is fucking 21 days away from being the modern day leader of fucking the Reign, and we'll have you double back sometime in a year or so. You'll be here, Shamey. You've been here 15. You'll be here. We will give you a Rey Mysterio run with this title after fucking Gunther, Walter, whatever the fuck you want to call him, passes the Honky Tonk Man. I'm sorry, your shit halts. I'm sorry.
It's for the betterment of the team. You gotta, play your role sometimes. And we're at a spot right now where Gunther's hot. You're doing great. Roman's doing great. Sammy's doing great. Tag teams. Sometimes you just gotta ride that wave of doing great until your time comes for a champion. Because you've had more championship bouts, maybe. But at the end of the day, to lose to anybody, it wouldn't be worth it.
Not even so much that though. TD2 also. Edge came back around and was like, I got you, dog. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, word up.
You're like,
on the 25th anniversary next week.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You just play your position. Don't be too disgruntled. Don't talk too much out of your mouth to where I can't help you, because if that nigga won't and that's what I'm gonna say. Roman's at a point where the politics, you don't want to get into a political battle. Sheamus, you got your equity in the company. You are who you are within that company. But I'm telling you right now, nigga, I don't know what your name is outside of Sheamus.
Yeah, this is Game of Thrones, man. You gotta wait for the king to get betrayed and stabbed in the back before you go and take your shot.
And this is what, and this goes back full circle. I'm glad that you said that. Nobody can challenge Roman right now because he isn't vulnerable till now. Till now.
Yeah, there you go. Now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you got now when we talk about the Bobbies, the AJs, the Karrion Kross, maybe they're like whoever might be just in the weights. Like Roman does not have that fucking perimeter secured. And
let's say Sheamus defeats Edge. Sheamus is kind of in the ballpark to go after Roman, honestly.
Absolutely.
So he's up there, for sure. As one of the competitors, as the main eventer. Rey Mysterio just won a United States Championship, so I'm not going to put him in there. But Yeah, those are the guys I'm looking at, but in particular Bobby, man. And I like the way they're slowly trickling him back in rather than just like him just popping up and challenging Roman. Or no, doing the backstage segment. A couple weeks ago, the Prophets attacked the Good Brothers and the Brawling Brutes, and they look strong, and they came with like, it's funny, they got a huge pop for just beating people's ass, almost like a heel would do. But to me, I think that they can still be babyface,
Well, I think what you speak about Bobby and the Street Profits fits into our book in black, because when you say Bobby's prime, Bobby ain't no dummy either.
Yeah.
How did Bobby get his title? Now, he didn't necessarily need the business to protect him, but to have an entity that surrounds you bolsters your status.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, look at Dom, look at Rhea, look at fucking Damian Priest. You're in a group, and now your individual accolades are now bolstered. Roman, when he told his fucking niggas, yo, y'all gonna win those SmackDown tag team titles, I'm gonna help you do it. And then I want you to get those Raw tag team titles, because listen, nigga, it's gonna bolster what we are with a bloodline.
Like I said last week, Roman has not told a lie this entire time. He
that
said, listen,
CM Punk, ain't he?
He has not told a lie exactly this entire time. Listen, he told Edge and Ryan Danielson, he's gonna stack him and pin him. He did. He told Sammy he ain't ready and that he's gonna pin him. He did. He told Jay that Jimmy held him back. He's like, he's your anchor, I'm your wings. It kind of played out that way. He just kind of has been spoiling everything the entire way, saying that, listen, we're just in the third inning. He said he's gonna beat Cody. He did. Everything he says is coming true. So, man, I think who can bring that fear out of Roman, that is a real challenge. It's Bobby and the Street Profits. Now that you don't got your side, man.
I told you he can bring it out. Solo! That nigga Roman scared as fuck of Solo, nigga. I can't wait.
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do it. I mean, at some point it will happen, but I don't think it happened before Bobby. Put it that way.
Really?
I think that that is not. We're not going to Solo from Jay. No, we're going to somebody new. If they go to Solo right now, I'm like, really? I would be surprised. To be honest, I know there's a little bit of friction now.
Not right. Okay, so right now, we're in August. So here we are booking, and let's book it. All right, it's booking black for a reason. Let's book it. WWE next PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever the fuck they call
Payback.
it. Okay. We got Payback at September 2nd, day before Christopher's birthday. We got Fastlane October 7th. And then we got Survivor Series November 25th. So Bobby ain't no Payback, and Bobby ain't no Fastlane. I can tell you that right damn now.
Damn, how are you gonna stretch yourself for that long though?
And this is what I'm trying to say. Solo gotta step in with the friction to keep the bloodline friction going, or because Roman really ain't got no beef with Jimmy. Jimmy can't step in and do what Jay did. You feel me? Like it's not suitable. Solo has a legit, not necessarily for the title, but we're talking about to keep the bloodline relevant, to keep the bloodline on screen, and to distract Roman enough to where we can have a Bobby come at Survivor Series or Royal Rumble and be really primed. Because again, Roman's not losing that title right now for at least another 6 months. So we can't even book Bobby legit until Royal Rumble. Like legit.
All right. I see you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being realistic about it.
I hear you. Let me think. Because we're 160 days away from him passing. I think Bruno Sammartino's fourth longest reign. I mean, the fourth longest reign of all time. 160 days. If they really want to go that route, then he's holding it for WrestleMania. We've been saying that, but him and Bobby, I see as something that can be a multi pay-per-view angle. So being that it could start at Fastlane, to me, in my mind, they could also have. Do they have a Saudi show?
Well, I'm sorry, 160 days from today. It's January 19th. Royal Rumble is when is Royal Rumble? Royal Rumble is when, motherfucker? I'm sorry, I'm Googling right now. I'm sorry, you guys.
No, take your time.
If 160 days is January 19th, Royal Rumble date. Shit. Computer tripping on me. January 20. Oh, that was last year. I got hyped, nigga. I'm like, oh, this works. It was January 28th last year. This year,
right.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it right now.
It's gonna be on 27th.
You got the date?
Yeah, January 27th in Orlando, which you should be at.
What, they got Orlando winning the bid. What? Send that to me because I was just looking at fucking. They just said that fucking Tropicana Tampa might fucking have it. So okay.
Okay. Well, the 27th. I'm not sure if they won the bid though.
That's fine. So to our conversation, Bobby Roman is a multi pay-per-view thing, but Bobby Roman doesn't fit at a fast lane to me.
I hear you. Fastlane. When is this in October?
October. Yes.
So Fastlane's in October. What the fuck? Yeah, I think when it comes to that, like I told you a while ago, I do not see Bobby taking the title from Roman. So I can see it at a Fastlane. I can see it going into Survivor Series with the Street Profits versus Roman Solo, and I don't know, maybe somebody else wants to join the Bloodline. But and then Royal Rumble, being like a one-on-one match, with Bobby. But start building up that, feuds from October,
The next Saudi show is November 4th.
November 4th. All right. And then we got Survivor Series after that. Yeah. So we got quite a bit of shows that I don't see us getting to Royal Rumble before Bobby challenges Roman. I think he already teased it this past week on SmackDown that SmackDown needs new blood to taking charge, and that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen with this fall. This fall's angle, I think, is the Street Profits and Bobby versus Roman, whoever the Bloodline is in there.
Now here's my thing. At this point. Here's my thing. Do they care about this record or do they care about new blood?
Because I think they care more about Roman getting to WrestleMania as champion. I think they want to repeat the main event of last year's WrestleMania and have Cody win. That's what my prediction is, if I'm going to say it right now, based on just reading the tea leaves. And
so then Bobby's going to have to wait till fucking April?
Bobby's not going to wait. He's going to lose to Roman in Saudi or something. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be some bullshit finish, probably.
That's going to be a waste then.
That's what's going to happen, bro. That's what's going to happen.
You don't think Bobby wins the Rumble?
I think the match is going to be ill. Bobby winning the Royal Rumble would be total.
Or at least challenge Roman at the Rumble.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that Bobby will challenge Roman way before then. Now, if the Usos were still in Bloodline, I could see it. I could see them stretching things out until Royal Rumble. But without the Usos around and them going through their own brotherly feud, I think Jay's going to be probably taking a Raw, and come back in some capacity and not be on the same brand as Jimmy. And then they're going to have their Royal Rumble angle. Go ahead.
Well, my question goes to then: who's Roman's challenger in that Rumble? If I say Solo if I'm saying I would substitute Bobby for Solo during the fall to give us a new fresh spring into the new year.
So that means you're turning Solo baby, right?
Not necessarily again, baby, but breaking away from. Listen, the bloodline, I think, at the end of the day, has eroded, right? Like, Solo is the right-hand man, but is he treated with the same respect as Jay? Is he granted the same type of like when you talk about who does Roman fear? Roman has never encountered Bobby for us to know that. We're thinking that. But Roman, if you're talking about Roman's gonna beat Bobby and Saudi, then yeah, nigga, why would he fear him? But I do believe when we're talking about what he holds, it's the title and the tribal chieftain. I don't think Solo cares about the title. I don't think necessarily Solo cares about the tribal chieftain, but Solo does care about. I've already acknowledged you, so you gotta respect me. You know what I'm saying? And once you don't respect me, I no longer acknowledge you, and I don't need no motherfucking tribal chief. I'm a street champion, right? Like we did. Like if we're telling stories, right? Solo only came in because he was in the streets. Now that he motherfucking got the contract, niggas know who he is. He got shirts on. I ain't in the streets no more. I ain't homeless no more. And I ain't got to really fall in line if you don't motherfucking respect me. So I think that can be a story that can be told. And if we talk about somebody being sacrificed and losing, we know Solo not going to win a championship just like Jay ain't going to win a championship. But we do want the illusion that if Bobby challenges Roman, he can drop that fucking title. The episode title of today is storytelling telling stories, right? And I just want our storytelling to tell stories now. Since I'm here,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, Bobby teasing it is not the only thing that's been teased. Solo has been teased. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
So I see where you're going with that.
For that to be the final straw to clear the path. Now, if Bobby's picking,
that would be cool.
Wounds now, if Bobby's picking bones, once, so nigga, what if Damian Priest come and fucking try to?
Let me ask you a question. I know, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you think Bobby will be the one to defeat Roman for the championship? Flat out right now, if you had to guess.
No, if we're telling stories, then Cody has told the story that he wants to tell. But I would say this. They have been dropping tea leaves that they're honoring the draft selections.
Oh, this week in the draft don't mean shit. Chidi wants to bring up LA Knight on Monday Night Raw, talking his shit. Yeah,
he
one
can
of the
go
best
where he
promos.
want to go. He can go where he want to go, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's my own segment. This week in the draft don't mean shit. Yeah, it's LA Knight, and I'll bring up next week. It's gonna be something else. Last week it was Dominic Mysterio on NXT and on defending his NXT championship on SmackDown when he's a Raw superstar. Listen, the draft don't mean shit. Let's just be honest. Like, it don't mean nothing. I think that was a great promo with him and Miz though, so I'm down for it. I'm with
the reason why I brought up that is because Cody and Seth have been telling stories about, hey, you interrupted me when I was trying to talk about what I was going to do, and then now I'm interrupting you when you said you're trying to do. So I think they're gonna have to where Cody loses, right, against Seth for that championship.
You know what? You brought up a great point, and I wanted to drop something in here to show it to you because listen, I'm not a Sam Roberts guy, but he had one hell of a take on Bray Wyatt and Cody. And I wanted to bring it up on this pod because it's honestly brilliant. You know,
Brilliant, you say.
honestly, I loved it. I loved the take. I'm gonna. Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
No.
All right, I can't see. When we play things now,
Share your screen.
all right, give me 1 second. Damn shit. Now my computer wants to act goofy. Shit, slow as shit.
You ain't gotta tell me, brother. I just went through the same thing. You heard it.
Yeah, always when you want to do something, that's when
Always, nigga, always. It's like your dick going limp. You know what I'm saying? She like, oh, I thought you was ready for me, baby. Like, listen, man, just give me a minute. I was, you know what I'm saying? I need some water. I pee before I get up.
Yeah, man, that's funny.
Is that Cody
you can't hear it?
that Bray
I can hear you now.
was never able to pull off. Bray wanted to prove to WWE that there was a different way of doing things, and he didn't get to. But Cody did. Bray is this scary-looking villain. Cody looks like a Ken doll. Bray fought to try to main event WrestleMania. Cody did it within a year of returning to WWE. Cody was Bray's NXT coach. Husky Harris came in as the rookie, and Cody was his pro. Cody wasn't a mentor, and he had every opportunity to do so. You talk about everything that your father went through. You talk about living up to the Rhodes family name. Let me tell you about family names, because Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham were the ones that had to hold territories together so that Dusty could be on top. And the more things change, the more they stay the same.
What do you think, bro?
I love it.
I think it's right up our alley.
That allows depth and nuance and further explanation within the story. Right?
It's deep, you know.
I don't like things that just flat out like we talk about Edge and Sheamus, right? It can be perceived that it's flat out laid in front of you. But hey, first time they ever wrestle, this might be a feud that we talk about that leads into something, right? So
exactly.
Two baby faces, we assume one might turn or one might get a cheap roll up, one might not want that. Hey, I don't want to win like that. Like, it can be all types of things within that story that I can pay attention to. Back to the Bray and Cody. First and foremost, Bray healthy, please.
Yes, absolutely.
It was scary hearing that it was career and life threatening, whatever it was, because it brought up John, right? Brody, where Brody was sitting on TV real quick. We were just like, injury angle, whatever, you know, just because fans don't know shit.
We don't, and we don't have any right to.
And we don't have any right to. And next thing we know, we got a memorial service, right? So, Bray, get healthy.
Absolutely, 100%.
But if you can come on TV and tell stories and talk and get us into, Bray's a broomstick. Niggas can wrestle broomsticks. Tell a story, man. I would love to fucking see that.
I love it. You know, like you were saying with the Seth and Cody thing, I brought it up because I was like, yo, if for some reason, you know, they get the match and you're like, man, we can't have Seth lose, but we can't have Cody, you know, lose either. This is a perfect opportunity to have, you know, the Fiend come back and attack Cody, and then that will lead to, you know, that will lead to their feud, and you can tell that way with keeping Cody strong and keeping Seth strong at the same time. I believe that everything that he went through with Brock Lesnar has taken him to another level, and the trials and tribulations that he goes through now with Brock, trying to go after Seth, get that match, and if he gets it and gets cost the championship due to interference by Bray Wyatt or the Fiend, that just allows that story to continue of like, hey, listen, he went through hell to get right back to Mania, win the Royal Rumble or something, and fight for a world championship, and possibly the one that his father never won, that they took from him. So telling the story, finishing the story, along the way, going through Brock, going through Bray and the Fiend, I think just adds layers to who Cody is and who he has become here in WWE. Because winning the championship just because you got your pectoral turn and created a new company and people know you from that, I think that's part of the reason why people rubbed him the wrong way that he got the Mania match. But after going through the year he had now, I think that coming full circle to next year's Mania, if he goes through Brock and he goes through Bray and he goes through all this stuff that he's been cost the championship, and then he wins Royal Rumble again, he has now gone through the ringer and been tested to now rise his stature to be the man of the company, the man who can take the reins, no pun intended, off of Roman Reigns.
Well, I would say, speaking of being the man, Seth and Finn, right, battled at SummerSlam, but we didn't talk. We talked about it, and that was the battle of being the man. And that story has been 7 years, and I watched the WWE playlist of that where Seth in 2016 had a really, really big chip on his shoulder. Mind you, like, best in the world was Kenny, Seth, Shinsuke, Ricochet, Will Ospreay. Like, it was a lot in 2016. Like, 2016 was stacked. And then Fergal comes in after coming into NXT. And now it's the battle of Triple H's boys. Kind of like how we have the battle of the Dusty's kids, Seth and Cody, right? Triple H it was very instrumental in Seth and Fergal. That battle in 2016 where Seth was like, listen, I'm the fucking man here. And Finn is like, well, every place I've walked into, I became the man. And literally, he was on that trajectory.
Again.
He did tear. It's fucking... So we're talking about Cody and Finn now, right? On the same type of thing. And this is why I think Seth is the Venn diagram of it all. When Cody talks about being the man, Roman's the man, Seth's the man, Cody's trying to break through that. Whose spot does he take? I think Roman's spot is the spot he wants. I think Seth is the spot that's more available. Right?
He basically said that too on his press conference. Like, listen, he's like, we all know what I want, man. But hey, he does the world championship, and he wants to be champion. So if he has to go through Seth, it's just gonna be what he has to do. But I wouldn't want Seth's reign to end.
But that's
in that way.
But this is what I'm saying. I think the true testament of Cody will be when he loses the championship match to Seth. That's the true testament of, are you the man?
Losing to Seth?
Losing to Seth. Because listen, Judgment Day in Finn, right? They say Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw. Okay, does Finn run Monday Night Raw, or is he part of a collective that runs Monday Night Raw. Because once Finn leaves Judgment Day, he is without a shadow of a doubt not the fucking man. You know what I'm saying? Seth took that from him forever. Cody's riding a real wave. Losing to Roman doesn't hurt. Losing to Brock doesn't hurt. When you go up against Seth for that championship, are we expected for you to win or lose? And how do we react to that story being told? Will then dictate if Cody's even eligible for Roman. Because if he can't maintain after losing to Seth and then climb and climb and climb and get back to the Rumble and climb and climb and get back to the Rumble and get to Roman and challenge him again, he ain't worthy.
I mean, that's a test, and that's a serious test, man. But I ain't gonna complain because they did it to Bianca, and she did it. She came back, you climbed back up. She didn't, you know. So they gotta do that with Cody. He gotta go through it. Only difference is that Cody hasn't had the world championship ever. He hasn't already had it. So
when Bianca was fighting to get back to something, we was like, yo, she was wrong. And we wanted to see Bianca and Sasha too. Then Becky come out of nowhere, but she didn't lose that time. And like, so we rolled that roller coaster and we waited like, hey nigga, Bianca nigga, hey nigga, hey nigga, Rhea, we get it, nigga, we hey nigga. You know what I'm saying? And we rode that motherfucking wave.
Yeah, and she you know, she proved that she's the best.
Now,
and Cody, she proved that she can endure a loss. You know, I think that's what makes her so much even better, even stronger as an act. I think Bianca is great at chasing, you know, the championship. She is really good at that.
Cody's a great chaser too, and is all right.
Yeah.
Back. You're right. So
yes,
like Cody's a really, and this is what I'm trying to say. Him taking what they give him with Seth and making it matter. And then when he loses, him going after Roman makes it eat because this is 2 championship matches now I done had with both top guys.
Especially if he screwed out of the second one too. If he screwed after the one with Seth, then yeah.
Nah, Seth can't. This is what I'm.
You just Seth's gonna beat him clean?
Bro, Seth lost to this motherfucker 3 times. Bro, you carried an AEW bag in my locker room, bitch. And I lost to you 3 straight times? Hell yeah, you doing the job. Nigga, you doing the fucking job clean as a whistle. I better be able to eat some ass off this clean ass win, nigga.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, he didn't lose to Roman even clean.
Bro,
so
Roman ain't listen. Roman ain't did what Seth had to do, right? Again, we talk about Seth's trajectory. Seth got a DQ loss against Roman at Royal Rumble, and then Seth grew disgruntled and like, "Yo, nigga, what the fuck we doing?" From January to April, and that nigga said, "I'm wrestling who?" Cody? I'm wrestling the tattoo? Oh, nigga, and I'm losing? Okay, hold on. Okay. This is the Shawn Michaels Hulk Hogan shit, right? When Shawn wrestled Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam and they were supposed to do a trilogy and Hulk beat that nigga, it was like, shit, my back, nigga, can't do it no more. Right? That nigga Seth looking at like, you got me losing to this nigga 1 time, 2, 3 times, and then this nigga gonna win the Rumble and wrestle Roman? Yeah, nigga, he losing to me. Clean.
I feel like, you know, when Bret and Shawn had their feud, and I already compared them before, like Seth is the Shawn, Cody is the Bret. And Bret, like, you know, I don't mind, you know, dropping the title to you, you know. And Shawn's like, great, because I wouldn't do the same for you, you know. And that just turned Bret off. Like, he's like, oh hell no, I'm not dropping this title to this guy. He's arrogant son of a bitch. If he doesn't have respect for me, I'm not doing it. And then thus you get the my screw job. If Seth is going to do business and drop 3 losses to him, and then I don't see them making Seth lose a title to him. I'll be honest with you. I don't see them as okay. The fourth one is going to happen, and then now you're losing the actual championship. And Seth is going to be pissed. I do think that he will lose a champion. I mean, Cody will lose the match, but I also don't see it being clean. I don't see it being a clean finish. I think that Cody has gotten too hot, even after Brock, for him to get this clean loss. He didn't lose clean to Brock. I mean, he kind of passed out to an armbar. I mean, yes, they protected him. That's what I'm trying to say. They protected Cody. So
I'm sorry. How will you go about? How will you go about protecting someone that's already protected? Right. So, and that will be my argument if I was Cody. I mean, if I was Seth, I took a crossroads in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania. Dallas. The Dallas stadium that I missed the first time because I ripped my fucking knee up and couldn't wrestle Roman, the biggest match ever for the title. Like, it's all like, if we peeling back the layers, Seth got a gripe to be like, yo, I ain't pulling no tights. I ain't using no rope. I ain't using no low blow. I ain't using no chair. Nigga, it's a stomp to that fucking blonde head. 1, 2, 3.
What if it's just a small package? But it's like a long competitive match and he wins with a small package and he's like, oh shit, he got one on me. What about that?
Ooh, nigga.
I cannot see Cody getting stomped after everything he went through with Brock and just getting pinned clean. I just can't visualize that, bro.
Ooh, nigga.
People saying, whoa, every single week, he's getting the biggest pops.
Yo,
he ain't losing clean.
You put me in a pickle right now because we just talked about Sheamus. Ego, big for the business, best for the business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Edge and Daniel Bryan did the deeds at WrestleMania. Bryan knew he was going out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Edge was like, nigga, I still want me though. I need my ones.
Yeah, for real.
Nigga, I came back from neck and all that. Nah, nigga, give me a marquee main event 1-on-1 with Roman for the title. I lose, but you gotta give me my ones. Daniel Bryan was like, bitch, I came back from the same neck injury and I'm about to be out. Nigga. So give me my WrestleMania match, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, hi, nigga, we got triple threat here. Y'all both gonna lose. And you get your ones, you gonna lose. Okay, everybody happy? All right, gotcha. Okay. Cody and Seth, I think, can work that way, but realistically, when we talk about, again, we just hear Will Ospreay kick this shit, talk this shit, right? We freestyling, right? The nigga just replaced the fucking IWGP United States Championship with the IWGP
United Kingdom Championship. My nigga. I like that guy, man. I like that shit.
Unfortunately, I like that guy. But this ties into the Seth Venn diagram again. The nigga talked his shit and said, yo, I probably don't make your downside. I probably don't make your merch. I don't make your... But I'm the fucking best in the world, nigga. And guess what I can do? Travel around the world and prove it. And until you can do so, you can't say otherwise.
Damn.
I respect that. That's why we talk about the Usos. You're great in this one company, and you're second best in that. because the New Day is the best tag team in the company ever.
I don't think so, but I hear you.
And we can go down that argument road.
There used to be, not anymore.
I think recency bias can allow us to put the Usos above New Day because
they were above them, and then New Day took over, and guess what? The Usos they didn't leave; they were still around. So now they continue to stack wins.
That's why I said that's why I say recency bias. Recency bias can have the Usos.
I think it's just. I don't think it's even bias. I just think that. I think the New Day would say the same thing. I think they're great. Don't get me wrong, but I think that the body of work of the Usos extends so long and so great, and even they play a part in the in the New Day greatness. You know, so it's a thing where
it's so long and so great. Pause. The Usos' greatness. No, I'm not. No, I'm just saying pause but for first and foremost. The Usos' greatness did not become great until the New Day. Let's keep that first and foremost. They had the Copper Tag Team Championships, but who do I remember with those Tag Team Championships? Tyson Kidd, Cesaro. Then I remember the New Day.
You remember them?
Who?
Primetime players.
Nigga.
Making moves.
Nigga,
making $1 million
they had
moves.
that shit for like a period cycle, nigga. Literally. My bitch was bleeding 1 month, and then the next month, by the time she was bleeding, them niggas did not have those titles, nigga.
Nah, Tyson, Cesaro, they did that shit, man.
But this is what I'm trying to say. To my grand scheme of things, with everything involving the subjective best in the world and how these things are egos and pride, right? Seth looks at himself finally getting this championship and it validating all the work that he's done within that company. All the flag bearing, all the going against the Will Ospreays online, going against the Cody Rhodes ratings and trying to be the best wrestling company. And hey, nigga, they doing good wrestling stories over here. We got to do better wrestling stories. Hey, they're performing, doing wrestling matchups. We got to go. We got to, like, Seth took that Intercontinental Championship, Tag Team Championships, Universal Championship, and put the company on his back.
Yep.
Cody coming in, being the top guy, making it Roman, Cody, Seth. Even though Seth got a strap, it's some ego in there.
Yeah, for sure.
It got it, and I don't think it can be consumed with a roll up.
Because as much as you can go out there on SmackDown and you can see, oh, this person gets a pop, no one's reacting the same way to Roman. But on Raw, there is an argument that Seth is getting just as big as, or Cody's getting just as big a reaction as Seth. So that is a real, it kind of rub you.
It's a real, bro. It's real.
Real tension, Bro,
it's
real
Triple
tension.
H rock shit, bro. It's real.
Yeah.
And that's why I think, again, ego, where Seth is like, bro, sell your merch, get the pops. You came back to get what this is. I never left what this was. You feel me? You came back to get what this is. I never left what this was, nigga. From the time I walked down to the Shield to now I'm the Messiah and all this shit, nigga. I've never not felt this. But you can't take this from me at this moment.
And we're freestyling here, so I want to just touch on something. And this is gonna spill into an AEW conversation. But when you talk about
we need to get there anyway.
when you talk about best in the world and you people could travel and go and do it everywhere, listen, think that that's a great. But if you haven't done it in WWE, can you really say you've done it everywhere? And that's my question. Because Kenny Omega has re-signed with WWE. Kenny Omega has re-signed with AEW, and I'm not sure how long that contract is. But I mean, I heard that his goal when he wrestles is to learn every single style and master and say he can do luchador style, he can do uh, American style, he can do Japan, UK, all that stuff. Um, but there is a specific American style called sports entertainment that you have not done yet, and I understand the reasons for the young bucks. Like, hey, listen, I'm getting a bag here. The schedule was a real reason why they chose not to leave AEW, and they believe they're the identity of the company and all that stuff. And you do got a family to take care of, and you want to spend time and make memories with your family and watch them grow. But Kenny does not have a wife and kids and all that stuff. And I know he's having a great time in AEW, cultivating the talent there. But I don't know if he's achieving the bout machine thing that you think that you are if you don't go to WWE. And to Will Ospreay as well, to a larger extent, you want to say that you can prove it everywhere. Well, then prove it in WWE. Go there, because right now, if you do that, then yeah, we can say you're the best. If you can go to WWE and work that schedule and get over in a global market, then yeah, you can say that you're the best because there is levels to this. And until you experience that level, do you think that can you really say you're the best? And that's another argument. Granted, you can say yes, WWE is working on their company that cannot go globally, but they are going globally within the company. They cannot go to different companies, but they're going around the world and getting pops and everything. So if you don't work that style, can you say that you are the best in the world? In my mind, there's an argument to be made that you are, but there is not absolutely definitive. And these two guys in particular, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, are two people on my list. Where's my list at? Where I can check your name off this list as somebody, or I can write your name on it as somebody who needs to get the fuck out of where you're at once the time comes up. And there's reasons behind that. I'm not just saying that you got to get out of there just because I want to see you wrestle Seth Rollins. I'm saying that there are reasons and elevations to your career that I see well beyond where they can go if they actually leave what they know, and that's not just for them.
Well, I would say in Kenny's defense, man, my grass hot as fuck. Hold on, give me a second, nigga. I gotta crack this garage open, cuz. Hold on.
I bet.
Man.
Because as I see things going, there whether it's New Japan or whether it's UK or whether it's AEW, there is a ceiling to that style and to that notoriety, and that I think that they can't see past.
Is it though? Because I was gonna say, to Kitty's defense, he left Japan, right? That was what he knew. That was what he loved. That's what he crafted. That's what we knew him from. All the way down from DDT, right? The little sporadic matches he had in ROH and everything like that. He made his run in Japan. He started a fucking rival company to the biggest conglomerate of wrestling there is. No, his name isn't Chris Jericho. No, his name doesn't have Rhodes in it. But I think he built the name Kenny Omega off of what he's currently doing. And to his credit, when you said you don't know how far it rings, right? Kenny and the boys did 80,000 in Wembley. I think 90,000. I don't want to even undersell them. That's a big feat considering 5 years ago, the joke was, can they do 10,000? With the collection of, hey, we're going to get guys from CMLL, we're going to get ROH guys, we're going to get free agents. We're just going to do a big free agency show and do 10,000. No, my own fucking company is doing 90 with no helps. Remember Matt Riddle said, no, I picked that nigga up with no helps. No helps. That nigga Kenny's like, I do a Wembley show with no helps. No New Japan, no AAA, no partner with WWE. My name does ring some type of bells. Now for the wrestling portion of it, to get to that, seeing Kenny Omega in WWE will be fucking mind blowing. Point blank, period. It's the fantasy booking of all fantasy booking. Every fucking podcast is talking about it. Nobody's really kind of possibly adding any new wrinkle onto that conversation other than what we're bringing to it, possibly, and this is narcissism, when we speak about this one point.
You made the conversation, like he made the conversation about I want to go everywhere.
Exactly.
And I want to go
everywhere. That's what I'm
saying.
Said
that, not me. Like Kenny's the one who's been saying that he wants to go everywhere. And that's the only reason why I'm bringing it up. If you were like, hey,
with Kenny saying that, him walking into this is what I'm trying to say though, bringing the Cody aspect back into the effect. When Kenny walks into that door, he's bigger than Cody, yes or no?
I would say no, not yet.
What?
Does Kenny bigger than Cody Rhodes in WWE
Hold
right
on.
now?
Was Cody okay? Cody was bigger than AJ Styles, yes or no?
Yeah.
Ooh,
he was. AJ, you gotta understand. AJ had to go through what was that? Y2 AJ and all that shit. Off rip, Cody was facing Seth Rollins in one of the biggest was damn near one of the main events of WrestleMania. AJ popped and Royal Rumble, they were still trying to like gauge him. They were still trying to, and they would have to do the same thing to Kenny Omega. They would have to gauge his reaction. Now, I do think he'll succeed just like AJ because people know him, you know? But they would have to see, okay, how people react to him.
So Cody Brand is the strongest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. And part of it is because he came from WWE prior and what he did outside. Okay. So that combined, people remember Stardust, all that stuff. You know, yeah, he's bigger. He's Dusty's son, all that.
So Kenny coming in takes the AJ route. Let's run with that.
Let's go with that.
Let's run with that.
Let's say he came in next Royal Rumble like AJ.
Yeah.
But I could see him winning the championship by SummerSlam. Put it out, get like off a Seth or something. I could see that happening. But it would take some time.
But Will Ospreay takes the NXT route?
Will Ospreay takes the NXT route. I would think it's best for him to go the NXT route. I think so. And I think he should be honored to do that and run that place.
He's Jay White.
He's what Jay White should have been.
Jay White should have went to NXT.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Jay White ain't doing shit.
Let's be real. Jay White versus Carmelo, money.
Come on, bro. Jay White versus Wes. Jay White versus it would have been crazy down there. There's so many things. Jay White versus Ilya Dragunov, like it would have been nuts. So there is so much potential with Will Ospreay, and I love him talking his shit. But this is what I'm seeing in AEW, and it's sad to say because I am seeing them as you guys are always going to be this way. And when it comes down to how you tell your stories and how you build your stars, by now, in my opinion, and I think I think Swerve is doing great. He's one of the people that I'm not going to touch on this because they're actually using him in a way that I like. But there's so many people that when their contract is up on this list that I have that to leave AEW as soon as their contract is up, because there is a limit to how you're going to be booked and stories to be told with you. I'm not with the everybody being buddy in storylines and then having that play out. Like there is so many levels to how you cultivate younger talent to get the rub off of older talent that they've taken left turns on. Shit. Let's talk about it. Will Ospreay and AEW probably going to be in a faction, do some goofy ass shit with the Young Bucks, have a great match, and then do the same thing the following week. I think that's the ceiling, and he might be able to circumvent that and go to the World Championship and become a world champion one day. Having matches with Adam Cole's and MJF's and Moxley's down the line.
Oh, let's pause on that, because Aussie Open is defending their Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships against who at All In? GD?
Adam Cole and MJF.
Why the fuck are they doing that?
Well, to get Aussie Open on the card. For
to
one.
Do what?
To get Aussie Open on the card. Get Aussie Open on the card.
Because what the fuck you're saying don't make no sense. I'm sorry, to do what?
Listen, I don't know what the plan is when it comes to that. But
so you said Will Ospreay will come in and wrestle MJF and Adam Cole. His mates, his literal motherfucking mates, nigga, are doing it. And what the fuck is it doing for them?
I mean, I don't know. And that's the thing. Like, I think that if you're going to AEW to take your stock from indie level to TV level, it's perfect for you. I think it's done wonders for people like Darby, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara to an extent, from where they were before. Come on, he's made a household name because of AEW what he's done there. But there's so many people there that absolutely should get the fuck out because they've done what they need to do in AEW. On my list, people need to get the fuck out. Will Hobbs, he's done. There's nothing that they can do for you, bro. They are not going to give you the world championship. They are not going to take you to that next level that you belong in. You should be in NXT the week after your contract is up. Please get the fuck out. Ricky Starks, yo, it's the same cycle with you. You get opportunities on the mic with some legends and you lose down the line, and then they go through the cycle again with you.
Yo, he had a really good promo tonight.
Oh, yeah, he always does. I'm not surprised. But when that shit is done, go join your boy Cody in WWE and get an opportunity in NXT to become the man down there.
He did it. Hold on. He did an MJF type promo tonight. And what I'm trying to say is, in that company, it's different. It's different. When you bitch, but you good, you get noticed.
I need to hear his promo. I didn't see it.
Let me see if I can grab it.
Please do. But my point is that there's so much talent that is underutilized there. And then when they have the moment to capitalize on that talent, they just go completely left. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Jericho Appreciation Society. Perfect opportunity to get Daniel Garcia over. 2.0. Sammy Guevara. Jack Swagger to a lower extent could have gotten a rub from this. And they have shit on every single one of those members by having Jericho leave them. What the fuck is that?
Them niggas is all trash. But let's get to somebody who's really good. Ricky Starks. That Jericho Association or whatever, that shit was trash from the beginning. Because Jericho trash. But we ain't finna talk about that. One moment here as I share my screen. Y'all niggas ain't finna. You won't break my soul. Talking about that trash ass nigga Jericho. I told you, nigga, when you was living down here, nigga, that was 2 years ago. We talking about the pain maker, nigga. That old ass nigga the fuck out of here, nigga. All right,
But
here
that's
I
my
go.
point, though. That's my point. Like,
Yeah, here I go. My nigga Ricky Starks is suspended 30 days for beating the fuck out of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Let me say this. You seem very distraught right now and very upset. And let me tell the fans why. Because of your actions a week ago, where you brutally beat Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with his own belt, who was an assigned referee by AEW, you have been suspended 30 days from wrestling here in AEW. You beat a 70-year-old man with his own belt, for crying out loud.
If it was 70, if it was 100, or if it was 30, it doesn't matter. You have to have consequences for your actions.
And you do.
And I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about Steamboat. Steamboat cost me the match. So you know what I did? I had to whoop his ass. Yeah. Every single parent in here understands, hey, I still love you, Steamboat, but I had to do something that hurt me more than it hurts you.
So this is the other part of the promo that I'm gonna get to. It's another minute and a half, so bear with me. Oh shit, man! I fucked up. Hold on, man. Y'all see me. Y'all see what happened to me in real fucking time, don't y'all, nigga? Had to make sure I get through those searches quick. Y'all don't know what I'll be searching on here.
One thing, blood is on your hands, brother. You blood. CM Punk, I want you to know one thing. Blood is on your hands, brother. You brought that man into this ring, and you were the reason that he got 10 lashes. So my question to you is, hey, you got the W, and I got the L. But guess what? I can live with mine. Can you? No. You aren't Superman, you ain't bulletproof, and you damn sure ain't absolute Ricky Starks. Does this make sense to you? Because it makes all the sense to me. Right now, right here, I am proclaiming, I am saying with enough heart and passion that I am going to set this whole damn company on fire, and I'm going to start next week. You want a war? Guess what? I'm going to bring a war to your front door, and I'm going to make sure you, your mama, your daddy, and your sister all understand that I am absolute Ricky Starks, and there ain't nobody like me on Dynamite or on this damn ass show.
My nigga. What a fucking mic drop. What a motherfucking promo. And what I'm trying to tell you is that he ain't have to call Tony Khan a fuck boy, and he ain't have to show out in front of Time Warner on when they get they fucking teeth to fucking throw a hissy fit. Hey, you want to motherfucking write me off TV, or even if I'm off for a busted drug test or whatever the fuck, whatever this is, I cut a fucking scathing promo to let niggas know whoever you think can fuck with me cannot. That goes from MJF to CM Punk, the two niggas who hold your title to carry your company. Those niggas both did hissy fits and did the same thing that I just did. Let me get rewarded for that. That's what I'm trying to say with Ricky Starks. Don't leave.
And here's the thing, though. Here's the caveat. Let me get rewarded for that. Here's a caveat. Do you think this responds well with Tony Khan? Do you think that Ricky Starks gets the response he wants? And I'm going to wait and see, because I could be wrong, but all I've seen Tony Khan do with storytelling is get so close and fuck some shit up. Get so close and fuck some shit up every single fucking time. Ricky Starks is made man here on this podcast. We've been talking about him before he was even in AEW, since NWA. We knew what the talent he was way back when. I don't get how he hasn't won the TNT Championship yet. Like
Ricky
I don't get.
Starks falls into the Finn Balor conversation with me, and this is why. When Ricky hurt his neck, even though he came back like Finn Balor came back, I can't give you the rock, dude. We done signed so many niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get you were very productive as my running back. But dude, we done drafted niggas. We done picked up niggas in free agency. We done already paid a nigga. Like, bro, you are just adding depth at this point.
And he's proven that he's rising above the. He's proven that he's risen above the pack. That injury was 2 years ago, yo.
Yeah,
2 years of him putting in work. His title runs was tag team and everything he's done with Will Hobbs afterwards, and now with CM Punk. Like the dude has put that work in. Everything he did with Chris Jericho, all that shit. He was a star in all those angles, and he didn't need those other guys to make him that. He was already that and made this angle more, So like I'm down to see Ricky Starks versus Moxley. I'm down to see Ricky Starks versus Danielson. Ricky Starks versus whoever, Hangman, whoever you see as the top guys there. MJF too. We've seen it, and it was a great match. Those angles. Mind you, here's another thing.
There was no
perfect example. You said exactly. There you go. And that's the problem. So close, but so far. Ricky Starks and Ricky and MJ. Oh, just say Ricky was doing great. They had that. Go back to the promo battle. It was fine. Ricky and MJF is that Rock Triple H thing. That's the same thing they have there. If they could harness that with them, and these two guys build off of each other, it can be the next decade.
But only one person can be on top at one time. Now, this is my thing. You said that Ricky's injury was 2 years ago. Well, guess who was on the fucking rise in those 2 years? MJF, nigga.
Yeah.
So don't say yeah. Listen to me. Just because you came back and because niggas was cheering for you because you was in fucking Taz's group, nigga, don't mean that you are dog collar worthy with MJF CM Punk.
I'm not saying he should have had what MJF had. I'm saying that you can chew bubblegum and talk at the same time. Like I believe that you could have built both of these two men up to the point where right now Ricky has had multiple TNT championship runs, has had championship matches, or not even championship matches, but main event angles with some main event talent, and we're getting there. But that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be the defender of AEW more than you don't want me to be. But listen, we are so behind Ricky Starks. Why? I don't feel like he's being done injustice. I do believe that there's a story being told. Ricky's promo is a part of his story because why? Listen, Swerve In My Glory Tag Team Championship run was not wrong. The Acclaim Championship run was not wrong. What they did with Will Hobbs and Ricky Starks, they gave the wrong person the TNT title run. Ricky should have had the run that Hobbs had. Regardless if it was a shit run or not, Ricky with a mainstay title matters. We know that. But I do believe that builds the story. Now, you can absolutely recover from that. Absolutely. But he's on my list. Like trust me, he could absolutely recover from that. And I think that they can build Ricky from now to the end of the year, and he could be main event material. Absolutely, for real. No pun intended. But I do think that up until this point, they have kind of not capitalized in the ways they could have. I think in all other aspects with other talent, they've done the same. And I think that AEW is not what people think. Maybe it's more, hey, listen, if you want to bring your real life into it, like, hey, man, the schedule's, I can't. I'm getting good money and the schedule's good. It's easy on your body. Hey, go to AEW. But if you want to call yourself the best, if you are a super talented on the mic and you want to test that against people on a Raw or a SmackDown or NXT and you want to take over, I'm telling you, NXT right now is wide open for the taking for somebody to step up and take that to another level. I think that
why would I want to do that at NXT when I can have that opportunity to do that at AEW?
Because I think there's a ceiling for how they're gonna do it with you. They're gonna. I don't trust them.
How's there a ceiling when their freedom is unlimited there?
It's not. That's just fucking PR shit, yo. Honestly, freedom is my ass. They have trash
stories. Is my ass. Okay, I'm gonna clip that one.
Don't do that, please.
Yes.
Freedom, my ass. Listen, they completely have a book, and Tony Khan writes the stories out for weeks. He does it himself. He might have some conversations with these guys, but it's all politics. That's why so many people are beefing backstage. It's the same thing. They're not different from WWE. When it comes down to it, it's just a matter of what kind of stories you want to tell. Because I think that AEW has an immaturity factor to it. That's what it is. It's an immaturity factor to AEW that doesn't appeal to me. That appeals to a lot of their fan base. And if you want to be serious and have serious angles moving forward, then you want to leave that company. Do that. Have your fun and games, but for me, I'll be honest with you. For me, I'm using AEW for all I can take. And then once my contract is up, I'm like getting the bag from WWE and trying to see where I can take my career. That's all I'm trying to say. And there's a lot of stars over there. And on the women's roster, Jade, get the fuck out when your contract is up. I think she will do better in NXT, in WWE, down the line, in the long run. But I don't want to see them go 8 years down the road with AEW, get old, and be like, all right, yeah, I think I should have gotten out of here 4 years ago.
Well, I think going into the Kenny situation, I think Kenny, I don't know how old he is.
He's in his 30s, like he's around our age.
He's early 30s or late 30s. Let's see.
Kenny, he is 39. Yeah, late 30s.
So he's 40.
Yeah, he's about to be 40.
Okay.
So yeah, WWE might not be in his career, like dead ass. He just might not, you know.
Okay.
He's gonna be like Sting. By the time he gets WWE, he's gonna be like Sting's.
Okay, well, this is my thing though. Okay. This is where I'm asking you. We clearly see that Sting can go, right? Sting just unfortunately ran into an unfortunate situation where he got injured, and they were just like, "Hey, we're gonna let you go," because yeah. And Sting worked his ass off and was like, "Hey, I can still go. I want to risk. I still can go." Kenny Omega at 45
has multiple injuries.
No,
at 49. At 39. Excuse me.
He only had, to his admission, things piled up and compounded over time to where it was major. Now that this reconstructive stuff, things are fixed.
Do you think they're completely fixed though? Like,
hold on, Rey Mysterio had reconstructive knee surgery in '98, right? He got a brand new knee in '98. The nigga still that's 30 years ago, damn near 30 years ago. Yeah, I think once you get the old parts replaced,
he had a shoulder, he had a knee, he had all types of shit going. His back. So it's not just one like surgery and they fixed it and then he was able to work.
But this is what I'm trying to say in context.
Okay.
Kenny Omega himself, balls to the wall until he ran his company. Once he ran his company, balls to the wall to make sure his company is up and running. This next contract right now, he can be Kenny Omega with the less contract, resting up his body, getting himself together, doing the AJ Styles run of him beating his body up in TNA, running across ROH, Pure Championship, doing the Japan stint. And
let me ask you something real quick.
Coming over and doing the WWE run.
Let me ask you, what's the biggest match for Kenny Omega right now? Like, who do you want to see him fight that he hasn't fought already?
Kenny and Bryan Danielson 2 is money.
And This is the thing about Kenny and AEW and everything. You're like, oh, FTR, Young Bucks. Oh, you're not too excited about that. AEW is becoming played, and I hope that they can make it. They can speed it up and get things more, exciting going forward. Maybe Wembley is needed because I think that crowd is going to be hot. I think it's going to be a big of energy.
It's going to be a joke. It's going to be a joke to be like, yo, okay, our business does boom.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that
our business, not the business, our business,
yeah, and they are, and it's like, like at the end of the day, everything I say could be taken with a grain of salt because if they're making money, they're selling out. It is what it is. Business is business. But for my taste, AEW has been very, very, very disappointing for the past couple of months, and I try to give them some grace. I try to watch and really see where they're going with things.
Where's the grace coming from and why? Let me ask you that because I want to see where your grace is coming from. If your grace is coming from where it should be coming from, then we shouldn't even be having this conversation because it's coming from the grace. So where is your grace coming from?
My grace has been coming from, hey, listen, you guys are giving me a 4 pillars conversation. Oh, you guys have all been booking that for the past couple of years. Let's see it. Oh, now it kind of soured because you guys didn't tell the story properly. All right, whatever. I'm going to say, I'm going to chalk that up to a Mulligan. All right, you got Adam Cole, MJF. Now we got that going on. We know what the potential is. All right, yeah, they had a great match. Oh, man, I'm locked in. They had a great match. They want another rematch. It doesn't happen. They're tag teaming. Oh, shit, they're now a tag team. Why are they a tag team? Okay, well, you know what? They're holding over time because, down the line we got Wembley coming up. I said, hey, if you got some time, you can't just give them a rematch right away. This tournament could be kind of cool for them to see how the strange bedfellows thing. You remember? I was like, hey, let's see how it goes.
They sold double clothesline T-shirts, nigga. I mean, bro,
they fell for this shit. Listen, and they haven't even done the move yet. They still mad merch. It's crazy, but yeah, and
so it's working.
Yeah, but for me, because the storyline is always what I go back to. And I was like, all right. But you remember a couple weeks ago, I was like, yeah, let's give it some time. You were like, oh, why they tag him? I'm like, yo, holding it over because they're not going to face each other until it's a big show again. They're going to, do this tag tournament thing and build a storyline. And then they do this fucking dance off. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, that is when I'm like, you got your world champion trying to dance, make jokes every week, and then you guys doing these cheesy ass backstage segments, and I want to see a fight. Not only are you doing that, you're burying the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Even if they're doing it, they're young stars, young guys who can become stars. Daniel Garcia, sorry, he's part of that, and he's being underutilized. And then you guys want to do some kind of it's just poor shit, poor planning, poor setting things up, for the future for your superstar in my mind, but at the end of the day, I'm not interested in it. So that's when I started to be like, all right, this is you're doing the buddy thing with that. Then you got the Roderick Strong being jealous. It's like, why we got to do this whole thing where a lot of the storylines in AEW are about people being best friends and everybody being cool. And, I'm really cool with this person. Oh, yeah, Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley are cool, but he's cool with Cesaro. Like this kind of scorned ex-boyfriend type shit. I think I can see it happening once. I can see it happening twice. But it's happened like 8 times this year. And I'm like, I'm fed up. So I'm like, I'm tuned out a little bit. And I don't think I'm the only one, but I'm just voicing from that point of view because I was locked in with AEW up to this point. I really have been. I've really been given a lot of grace. And I've been on this, I've always sing their praises of what, like, hey, man, the match quality is great. All right, just come there and just watch matches. Forget about story. I try to even forget about the storyline, but when you have segments in the ring where all I can do is pay attention to the story and there's trash, yeah, you're forcing me to kill you. And that's where my grace has kind of come to an end.
I will say that is fair on your end, and I receive what you said. But I also want to add to the fact that as you say, Tony has the book. And if he wrote something, he's telling the story. Injuries, right? Fucking sucks.
Yo, they did the same thing with Hangman Page, him and his buddies in the Dark Order, him and his buddies in the Elite. I'm done with the buddy angles. Like, find a different way to tell a story.
Yeah, but this is what I'm telling you about the ethos of the company, though. The ethos of the company was built on buddy, brother. Like, we can't lose. Like, this is what I'm trying to grace, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I've come to the realization that it's me, you, Rich, and Twin said we gonna run a wrestling promotion. Now you business oriented, I'm semi business oriented, social. Rich and Twin anti-so, like whatever the dynamics is, though. But the ethos of the company is that, nigga, we boys, and we just wanted to run a show for the boys, and have opportunities for the boys.
And if that's the case, then it's a success.
And that's why it's very tough, because again, Adam Cole, right? He was gone for a whole year. How can I criticize his very first program back from concussion protocol, and it's for the world championship?
The very first one was with Chris Jericho, and you're going to kill it.
Oh yeah, I killed that. That was a race for my mom. No, this is his first feud. Adam Cole came back, did the promo on back, and it's MJF. That's that timeline for me.
Revisionist history, but okay. Okay.
But again, okay, so with that being said, Chidi, I would say this. The upgrade from what that was to what this is, it still isn't my palate. But for Adam Cole, we said he needed to be in the world title picture. Now, how they presented him in the world title picture, they need to just hire us, right? We can't fucking get mad at how they did it. He is a big star. He was the biggest free agent along with Daniel Bryan and debuted the day of. And he's been out for a year, and he now gets to be at Wembley Stadium for the World Championship. I can kill it.
If he does not win, I'm mad. Let's put it that way. At this point, if he does not win, this shit has been horrible. This has been trash.
You say MJF don't deserve. You say MJF title reign don't end.
No, I mean, I think that MJF title reign. It depends. It depends, because, like I said, there is different. Here's the thing. I'm talking about this storyline with Adam Cole. He can win. Don't get me wrong. MJF can win, but if they do it where Adam Cole is the new heel and he cheats to win over MJF and gets him to be friends with him and twisted him and manipulated him, got the match, and then cheats to beat him finally, that is a storyline that I can get behind, because it makes everything that happened up to this point. It makes everything that happened to this point. No, it's not even the truth. I want Adam Cole to not be a goofball. That's what I want. I want Adam Cole to have
MJF to be a babyface with Moxley. Now you want MJF to be a babyface with Adam Cole.
That's not even the. I'm saying that
babyface MJF.
I'm saying that the way they did the promo with his mental health and everything he's gone through, it's a babyface promo, and he's been playing up to a babyface angle with Adam Cole and him being his only friend, and kind of getting over his vision of, thinking the whole world's against him and having negative emotions towards people and treating people badly. This is what this whole storyline has been. But if Adam Cole, the guy who he gave all his faith support to, also fucks him over, that's what I want to see, because it brings it full circle. If you guys don't go that route, this has been a complete waste of time for me. It brings everything in the past and I'm like, okay, it makes sense now. But if they don't do that, then I'm like, oh, this has just been some homoerotic gay shit that I don't like.
Whoa.
Okay,
We
you know
will,
what I mean?
we
Okay,
will bleep that. Now I gotta do some editing, motherfucker. God
are we
damn.
live? Is that-
Yes, I ain't edited a podcast in 2 years.
but what's what I mean is like, it's too for people who are supposed to fight each other. It's too buddy, man.
Bro,
It-
we are cancer. I am.
Listen, it's not wrong to be gay, but it is what it is.
I'm gonna have to do this podcast by myself. Bro, they about to see me. They about to see.
Dude, they're acting like you
No.
saw you see Roderick Strong?
We can't.
Did you see Roderick Strong, bro? How are you gonna let him talk to me that way?
We can't.
How are you gonna let him talk? And I'm like, that's not entertaining to me, man. I need to see Combat and Adam Cole be the mental manipulator that he was in ROH. I want him to go back to that. What he was in Undisputed Era, how he got over on people. I need him to go back on that.
Okay. All right. Do we have anything else for the fight?
Listen, man, you've done worse. Hey, I deserve one slip up. Shit.
Bro.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it is what it is.
I understand, but what I'm trying to tell you, if we learn anything about American society, I can call black women bitches. Okay. You cannot say that.
You can't even say the words.
You are not finna catch me up.
Oh, listen.
No,
I
man,
mean,
we ride
listen,
together.
real
not
talk,
together. Hold on, we
real-
ride
real-
together. Not together.
real
Yeah,
talk.
no,
I mean, no.
I feel you.
okay.
I feel you. No,
But
ride together, die together. When you said homo, I should have just Cam and maced you. I should have just said pause. That's what I should have did. I erred.
damn,
You know what I'm saying?
God made it all weird and shit. All right, man.
Oh, nah, man, but I had some real, and all I thought about was like if we had followers just like do, like them Drake's just deleting, like, because that is a no. You can't do that. Oh man, that was funny. Ooh.
I mean, that's just not my cup of tea, man.
I understand. Chucking
There's nothing wrong with it.
Chucking Billy wasn't your thing. I get it.
Chuck Billy was better than this.
Yeah, well, you know.
The music was funny. Listen,
I think that was the performers was better. They were more beefier. Since we talking about since we here, let's get all the way. You know, it was a lot more meat on the bone with the Chuck and Billy.
Yo, listen. You got guys scissoring and all that shit. I'm all for it, bro. Like all that stuff, I'm all for it. And I don't ever judge anybody for what they got going on.
Shout out to Anthony Bowen too, being a cover boy. My man is on like 4 or 5 magazines. You know.
Okay. Shout out. See, this is representation and progression on that, and I'm all for it. But
oh man,
the way they're telling the story with Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, MJF has been horrible. Unless they go about it that route. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's move on.
Yes, we can. But is there anything to move on to?
We touched on everything. We got Trish and Becky coming up. I'm down to watch that, see the culmination of that feud. There was something I wanted to touch on. Oh yeah, Business and Logic. Triple H has been removed from board of directors, so he's not. I mean, they're now merging the companies, so he ain't in charge of where WWE goes as a company. But he is still in control of creative and all that stuff. But it's interesting that there's shifts going on higher up. and the company. So we'll see where things go.
I mean, as long as they'll boom on. I mean, listen. If Endeavor just want to make bread, just stay the fuck out the way, right? Like we getting really good shit. Seth, Shinsuke, Cody. It's a really good story on Raw.
Oh yeah, Shinsuke. Shit, I want
shit.
to talk about that. Yo, that's my dude, man. I'm glad that he's back. Yeah, man. Heel, Shinsuke, Seth Rollins. I'm down for that, man. I didn't see it coming, but that's perfect pivot after SummerSlam.
Excelente. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Delicioso, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think, seeing what Seth is not gonna take that line down. So Seth replying to that on Monday is gonna be good to see. Shinsuke is gonna be like, well, nigga, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's get down. And they gonna get down. And that's the story right there. Nigga, Shinsuke ain't even gotta talk English, motherfucker. He gonna just give me like, come on.
That's it.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down with that. Oh, Gunther, Chad Gable for the IC strap.
Chad ain't winning, but I'm down to watch it.
I mean, it depends. It depends if it come after the rain. If it's for the rain, I don't know. It'd be intriguing. If it's for the rain, if it's the day of, and Gunther needs to win to maintain, that's a fucking must-see match.
It's a great match, but Thank You is not going to become the United States champion. He's not being the one. He's not the guy. He's not the guy to be Gunther. I mean, it would be crazy if he does. I would honestly, I would like it for him.
Telling me like the person, like, I know you're saying thank you and shoes, but like we're talking about like an Olympic like medalist that can represent Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Like
I don't see him being the guy to be a main eventer. Put it that way. That's what I'm trying to say. Right now, I think Chad Gable is definitely like a guy who could, but I don't think that he's.
So who beats Gunther then?
Who beats Gunther? Who beats Gunther? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a tough one. Honestly, I would have said. Everybody who I'm about to say has lost recently. But I was like I said last time, it's either KO or Sammy. I think that would be the one to beat him. There's other guys that feel like they could possibly, be the guy to take it, but not anytime soon. That's pretty much the thing. Is like they have to
Why
tag
Sammy
title
and
first.
KO, they're the tag team champion?
I know. I'm saying not soon. They would have to drop it before. I think Gunther pretty much holding it for a while, and then down the line they've already lost tag titles to somebody. So maybe Street Profits win, and then they split up and do their own thing. But to keep them active in the in a big spot, KO and Sammy against Imperium, and which I do think there is some kind of chemistry with them. There could be a good angle there down the line.
Yeah, I think Imperium needs to go. I think Gunther and Imperium needs. I think Imperium needs to go. And honestly, if we're talking about people to take the title off of Gunther, I suggested Cody. If Cody doesn't want Seth,
been there, done that.
I mean, I understand that, but it's if he don't want to fight Seth for his title, if that's a downgrade in itself, then what is the Intercontinental Championship? A downgrade? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he don't want to wrestle for a made-up title that's not the main title, then why don't you go after the title that actually made you what you thought was going to make you a main event star, which is the Intercontinental Championship?
No, it's not gonna happen, bro. Let's be real. He's having promos with Seth Rollins in the main event. It's not going to be the one to beat Gunther. It doesn't make any sense. That's really what it is. I get you in hypotheticals, but the way they positioned him, put it that way, from going Brock Lesnar to then beating Gunther for the championship, I think that, and then also what they've been building with him and Seth being in like interference.
I mean, when does Gunther? I mean, the person who beats Gunther, you're talking about Sammy and KO. If they lose the tag team championships, I think Sammy and KO going after the Intercontinental Championship would then be off course, right? Like if we're talking about trajectory, like there's history there with everyone, right? Gunther and Cody eliminated Gunther from the Royal Rumble. Like there's like we can make chicken salad out of chicken shit that they give us, but I'm just looking at Gunther has to lose to a main event talent because he can't make a main event talent. If you're saying that he can't make Chad Gable,
okay,
I think can be a made guy, then he needs to lose to a main event talent. And the only main event talent
where they're going with it with Chad and like making him off of this win, this big victory off of Gunther, then yeah, it could be epic for his career for sure.
Yeah, that can be
the guy who was able to, but then Gunther needs to get he needs to beat the shit out of Chad at some point to get that, get that heat
but
back.
I think Gunther can beat the shit out of Chad and losing.
Yeah, maybe.
And the reason why I'm asking you this is because when does Gunther make that trajectory switch? As we're talking about Roman's championship and Cody and Bobby and everything like that, nigga, when does Gunther come at him like, yeah, nigga, hey?
After he's broken the record.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that right now, if Cody's off the beaten path from breaking the record, the only person I think that can beat him after beating the record gotta be Chad.
I mean, I'm not gonna act like it's impossible for Cody to be that guy, because if for some reason they have an altercation backstage and he's like, "Oh, really?" Like they're talking shit to Cody. You lost to Brock. You lost to this person, or whatever they Gunther, and Imperium talking shit, and Cody's like, "All right, me and you for your championship," just like randomly, and he just like he just kind of like Roman, like Rey Mysterio just beat Austin Theory.
Gunther's been goated. Gunther's been goated in championship matches like that. Riddle.
Yeah, he has.
Like, so it's not beneath.
And like if Rey Mysterio can beat Austin Theory on a whim on a SmackDown for the United States Championship, then yeah, I could see that possibly happen. I just don't know if they would do that with Cody.
Also, with that, that's not on a whim. I think the story's being told with that. Like the inevitable, like everybody's saying, like it's so obvious that there's a turn there, but I mean, like realistically, there's a story. Again, is the stories telling stories, right?
You talking about with the Rey Mysterio stuff?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Like,
I like that.
Like, and I don't think he beat again. Austin Theory needed that title off of him so he can make a jump. How do you lose that? I can lose it to Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't making nobody. Nobody got to be made here. Like, I can lose it to Ray. It's just not lost to Ray. You know what I'm saying? 619, 1, 2, 3, clean, whatever.
Yep.
It would have been hard for him to lose to Santos.
I thought that, especially after the rant I had a couple weeks ago about LA Knight and everything like that they missed out on. This is a good pivot for the United States Championship. I really liked it this week. I really liked what they did with Santos and how they played into
off of Ray matters now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Santos beat Austin Theory a couple weeks ago. You gotta understand, like he was a made man to win this match. Like he already, like a guy who I know I could beat. I'm here to win the championship for his first time. They take his knee out and his mentor goes and wins it for him. It's like when Bret Hart, got injured and Hulk Hogan came and took the title off of Yoko, kind of shit, But
same night.
So night, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right. Did we miss anything?
Nah.
We double back in here Shinsuke, which led us into some more shit about this, you know what I'm saying? Gunther and the Continental Champion chat. You know what I'm saying? We had a nice little freestyle. We got a hit.
Man. Shout out to Io. I think she's doing great, picking everybody out. That's all. We'll see. And congratulations. Shout out to Love, Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews, I think his name is, right? They're
You know what I'm saying? We called him Swole. You know, what was his name? Swole Kenny Omega. You know what I'm saying? That's who he was. Them niggas do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas literally the same creator wrestler with just like one different body type and one different body type. One different body type and one different body type. It's the same wrestler.
All right. That's it, man. I think that's it. It was getting kind of late. Listen, all's love. Everything's wrestling. We'll catch y'all next week. And I promise next time I'll be more caught up on Collision because I think that Miro came and showed up. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Collision's thumping right now, brother. Collision's picking up space. Collision's picking up pace. You know what I'm saying? So I like Collision. I like Rampage. Dynamite need to step it up.
Yeah, Dynamite's painful.
Snooze.
Talk about Painmaker making me sick. Man. All right. Talk to you guys next week.
Man,
Peace out.
Peace out.